Here's my question. My question to you: why I go through my wife's phone and my wife calling you, the pastor, calling you daddy?
The husband never came in, and one day he just showed up and started saying, my wife is calling you daddy. I'm like, that's my spiritual daughter. If she wants to call me daddy out of respect, she can. If she wants to call me papa.
It's not authority. It's the example. The pastors have to give an example, not receive authority. All right, let me take you straight to this video because it triggers something in me that I can just. It's weird. We do things and we're making things weird for people. The Bible never says, I'm just going to be clear, the Bible never says that you have to honor your father and mother, spiritual mother and father. The Bible says that you have to honor your mother, your earthly father and mother. You have to honor them. And there's a promise right there. You know, you will live a long life. But nothing about spiritual father or spiritual mother. All right? There's an occasion where people told Jesus, and he was preaching to people, and he says, hey, your mother and your sisters and your brothers are here. And then Jesus asked the question, who is my mother? Who is my father? And then he turns to his disciples like, this is my family, this is my mother, this is my father. Those who make the will of God, those are my mother, my brother and sister. Okay, there's a teaching moment right here in that sense, because it's speaking of a spiritual family, not a category or rank. At the end of the day, the head of the church is Jesus Christ, not a pastor. The head of the church is not a leader, not an overseer. It's Jesus Christ. Okay, I just want to make sure you understand this. And whoever wants to argue with this with me, cool. Just put your comments down below. But it's weird. It's weird. Let me just call it out. It's weird. All right. Let me put this video in front of you guys. In this video, this pastor went, I don't know if it went viral. Let me just see. His name is Samson Oda. For context, his name is Samson Oda the Great. There's a red flag from the beginning. So there was an issue right here. There's something going on with this pastors coming from Africa, like Elijah Lobby, Passion Elijah or something like that. Anyway, these pastors are weird. Let me just put it that way. They're weird. And if you are one of these pastors, you're weird. Take that weirdness out of you. But just don't be weird. Why do you have to make things weird? Why do you have to make things weird? Let's just see this video.
Here's my question. My question to you: why I go through my wife's phone and my wife calling you, the pastor of your church, calling you daddy? You allow your church members to call you daddy? That's what you're saying? You saying you want your flock? And I'm gonna upload the footage, and I promise you. No, what you mean? No, please.
I'll give a backstory on what's going on in this video that's going viral with me. My name is Pastor Samson Oda from Faith Move Church. One of our members in the church, she has been coming to church faithfully, paying her tithes and everything, everything, worshiping God, all that good stuff. And I'm like, she's like, oh, I'm married. I'm like, what's your husband? She said, oh, my husband doesn't come to the church. And I've been calling her, praying with her, like, hey, this is, I know there's a lot going on. I don't know whatever's going on. But I've been praying with her, like, hey, God will mend the family and everything. I've tried to reach out to her to
from the beginning. That's weird. Like if I'm calling okay, let me just put it this way: don't put it in situations yourself. I think my mom used to say this: don't do things that makes you look that you're doing something bad, and doing things that you do something good, but yet you're doing something bad, something like that. It's a Spanish saying. It's a Latino saying. Why do you have to put yourself in that situation? You as a pastor, you are called to preach. You are called to teach. You are called impart and live and be an example for people of how to seek Jesus. And this is not your call. This is not your call. You're not a Catholic priest. Nobody has to call you a father. And then for the type of lingo this woman is using to call your daddy, that is weird. That is not okay. That is not biblical. And you guys are gonna see it right here. Anyway, let's see what he has to say.
The husband never came in, and one day he just showed up and started saying, my wife is calling you daddy. I'm like, that's my spiritual daughter. It's like, oh, there's something wrong with that.
It's like you have rights. First of all, yes, if I see my wife texting the pastor, check this out, texting the pastor and calling him daddy, what do you think is gonna cross my mind? What do you think is gonna cross any man who's married and they're not believers? First of all, even if you're a believer, you're not supposed to be calling my senior pastor is never telling me to call him a daddy. This is something weird. Like, it's weird. Wherever you go, call him your spiritual father, daddy. Let me just put it this way. Let me just burst your bubble. Your spiritual daddy is just a man. It's just human, just as you and I. He has downs and falls. He has a lot of mistakes. He makes mistakes every single day. He's not someone. I'm not saying you can imitate his faith, but just to look up to, you got to be careful with that. That's a red flag. That's called a cult. That's a cult. If you are putting a man above God, that's called a cult. I don't know how to describe it. What do you expect? What do you expect? What do you expect the husband do to protect his wife? And the only thing you're going to say is, oh, she's my spiritual daughter. Give me a break.
Question to you: why I go through my wife's phone and my wife calling you the pastor of your church, calling the pastor of your church, calling you daddy? You allow your church members to call you daddy?
Let me just put this. He is lucky that he didn't get beat up. He's lucky he didn't get beat up. He's lucky. And then he has the audacity, this guy right here has the audacity to go and say the Bible actually said stuff like that. He continues with this nonsense.
Look here, I'm tired. Everybody's talking about me. Oh, daddy this, daddy that. Look, she is my spiritual daughter. Like, if you see the video, she comes to my church and she's my spiritual daughter.
Then you call her and talk to her. That's weird. If another man is calling my wife to pray, I mean, I can see, like, you know what? This pastor has his wife right next to him. It's like they're both praying for my wife. Cool. Okay, I'm okay with that. But if a man, just you, are calling the wife when the husband's not around and texting her, I'm not saying, I'm not saying he's texting weird stuff, but hey, come on. You gotta be wise. You have to be intelligent. You have to be smart about this stuff. You cannot make excuses for this. Come on. I don't know what you guys think. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this stuff. This is dumb. This is stupid. I'm sorry. I'm calling it. It is stupid. You playing with fire.
If she wants to call me daddy out of respect, she can. If she wants to call me papa, she can call me papa.
Heck no.
Whatever she want to call me. You know what I mean? Like, hey.
Here, let me just go and see his
daddy this, daddy that. Look,
the guys. So I don't see the guys. The husband. That's what I mean. The husband. I want to see the husband's name so I can check it out. It's weird. I'm just gonna be honest. This is super weird. If my wife was actually, texting another guy and calling him daddy, like, dude. Oh no, he's let me see, somewhere right here. Let me see. Come on. Oh yeah, no, never mind. It's weird. It's weird. And he keeps on saying, making excuses about the spiritual daughter. She's my spiritual daughter. Like, okay, you really love your spiritual daughter. Like, you have something very special with your spiritual daughter right here. Let me just go.
Only my spiritual daughter. I'll say this last time. She is only my spiritual daughter. It's not a cultural thing. It's not.
That is a culture thing.
It's not a
I don't call my
cultural
pastor
thing.
a daddy. That's weird.
Malachi 1 verse 6 say, honor their spiritual father.
Let me just go. Malachi 1 verse 16. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. How you twist the word devil. Let me, what is my, I have a sound for that. Let me see.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Malachi 1:16. Not today, Satan. Not today. All right. 1:16.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
You are playing with God. Oh, people of Judah, shave your heads in sorrow, for the children you love will be snatched away. Make yourselves a bed. Is that what he says? I don't think like.
And mother. This is. I'll say this last time. She is only my spiritual daughter. It's not a cultural thing. It's not. It's not a cultural thing. Malachi 1 verse 6 say, honor their.
He says 6 or 16 because there's no 16. The Lord heavens honors a person. A son honors his father, and servants respect his master. There's no spiritual son. If I am your father and master, where are the honor and respect I deserve? He's talking about God. God is speaking. God is speaking and saying, if I am your father and master, where are the honor and respect I deserve? You have shown contempt for my name. You do not deserve any of this, sir. You do not deserve any of this.
Father,
you're just taking the Bible out of context. That's
mother.
all it is.
This is from the Bible.
Honor your father and your mother.
Proverbs. Spiritual fathers and mothers impact wisdom. So if you have spiritual fathers and mothers, that means you have spiritual sons and daughters. So it's not a cultural thing. People telling me, oh, do this. And no, follow the Bible. Like, follow the Bible. Follow the Bible. The Bible says turn left. Turn left.
I'm telling you.
Period.
Let me just put this. Follow the Bible. The Bible doesn't say nothing about this. Follow the Bible. Follow the Bible. Please, sir. Please. Don't be silly. I don't want to. It just. This is the dumb stuff we have to deal with people taking the Bible out of context. From one side, we have the atheist people taking the Bible out of context. From the other side, the progressive is taking the Bible out of context. From the other side, the extremists. There's no middle ground. There's nothing to say. Like I don't want to be a father. There's some comments right here. Let me say, pastor making noise because husband came with a phone and not a God. That's right. Preach, my brother. Oh my gosh, you guys are silly. Just stop it, man. Honor thy mother and thy father, so that I will show them. Yeah, doesn't say anything about spiritual daddy. Context of both verses doesn't apply to spiritual father. That is correct. It applies to physical parents. But at the same time, God is speaking right here in Malachi 1:6 about himself, not a spiritual father. My spiritual father is God. So you taking God's place. Let me just be honest. Okay, here we go. This is what we finish this video with. You want a spiritual father? Honor God. He is your spiritual father. Now, yes, Paul, you're going to say, Paul actually spoke like, I get it. The only thing is, you have to understand that Paul was just a man. He actually said it multiple times. Paul was just a man. I never seen references from Mark calling Peter daddy. I never seen references in the Bible of Timothy calling Paul daddy. It's not authority. It's the example. It's not authority that pastors have to give have to receive. I'm sorry. The pastors have to give an example, not receive authority. No pastor, including my pastor, my senior pastor, my local church. I'm not going to call him daddy. I'll tell him this actually. He's gonna laugh. This is just a hyper charismatic type of movement, a faith movement. It's a faith movement. It's something like that. I forgot what movement it is. Anyway, there's a lot of things going on in this video. My mind is just crazy right now. I don't like this. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it. Bye. We'll see you next time. Like this video, subscribe, share it. God bless.